Peer pressure. Almost everybody has experienced peer pressure at least once in their lifetime, either on a small scale or a larger one, in a positive or in a negative way. Peer pressure is simply when someone gets you to do something. It is quite easy to get influenced by your peers, especially in the teenage years, because everybody wants to fit in and not to be left out. Now, let me share a small story. I smoked my first cigarette when I was 11, says Mike. I didn't want to, but all my friends were smoking and told me if I denied, I would be out of my football team. And I didn't want to be out of the group, nor my team. Once I started, I couldn't stop. I was addicted. I wish I had not started. I knew I was wrong. Our friend Mike has just experienced what is commonly referred to as peer pressure. It is probably more accurate to refer the peer influence or social influence to adapt to a particular type of behavior, dress, or attitude in order to be accepted as a part of a group or your peers due to some kind of pressure. As a teen, it is likely you have experienced the effect of peer influence in a number of different areas, ranging from the clothes you wear to the music you listen to. As you become more independent, your peers naturally play a greater role in your life. As school and other activities take you away from your home, you spend more time with your peers than do you do with your parents and your siblings. You will probably develop close friendship with some of your peers, and you may feel so connected to them that they are like an extended family. Why peer pressure? To get accepted by your peers and in a fear of losing our friends. And your inner thoughts saying, do it. You will be like everybody else. Peer influence is not necessarily a bad thing. We are all influenced by our peers both negatively and positively. Positive peer pressure is when a person is influenced by others to engage in a beneficial or a productive behavior. We tend to hear more about the potential negative effects of peer pressure, but the reality is peer pressure can be positive. For instance, two friends might have positive pressure on each other to go to gym together and stay accountable for their fitness goals. Teens who volunteer in themselves in social works can keep each other motivated to participate by joining abacus classes, forming study groups, saving money for something big, sharing the ideas, and getting benefited mutually. It also includes discouraging risk behaviors. This involvement can lead to exposure of role models and eventually leads to the teens becoming positive role models themselves. All these can cause a sense of belongings, advice and encouragement, enhanced self-confidence, reinforcement of positive habits, and attitude. Negative peer pressure is influencing a person to do something they wouldn't normally do or don't want to do as a way of fitting in a group. People often face negative peer pressure to drink alcohol or do drugs. Things people may be pressurized into doing includes acting aggressively, bullying others, doing drugs, dressing a certain way, drinking alcohol, engaging criminal activities, physical fighting, and only socializing with a certain group. These can lead to a dip in self-esteem, bad impact on grades, can adapt to harmful habits, self-harm, suicidal thoughts, and also unwanted trouble. Peer pressure is advantageous in many ways. Most importantly, it creates a sense of motivation in the person, which further forces the person to cross a barrier and achieve something great. Furthermore, it boosts the confidence of a person because our brain considers people's opinion and makes them a priority. Disadvantages of peer pressure. There are various disadvantages of a peer pressure which can harm a person in many ways. In any person is not willing to perform a task, then the peer pressure can be frustrating to him. Peer pressure in youth from a bad company can lead a person to a nasty situation. Furthermore, it can also hamper a student's career and studies if not averted. Youth these days are much influenced by glamorous life of celebrities. And since they follow them so much, these people become their peers and do such things that they are not supposed to do and which can affect their growth and career. Therefore, it is necessary to judge the outcome of a deed before getting influenced by peers. Now let's get back to Mike's story where he is pushed to smoke. So, the reason for him to smoke was peer pressure. Let's analyze what are the other reasons for start of smoking. People get mostly inspired by someone within their family members. It might be their dad or their closest relatives. As a part of imagination as a film stars. Or people do it for show-offs, superiority, build-ups. People also get influenced by mass medias as they show smoking as a normal activity which makes a youth to try them once in their lifetime. This can also be started because of stress, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, not knowing how to say no, or just because of lack of parent support. Have you ever wondered what happens when you smoke? Why does the movie title always have a warning sign stating smoking causes cancer, smoking kills? Come, let's see the science behind it. A cigarette contains 12 milligrams of nicotine. The nicotine is a well-known carcinogen. That means it has the ability to cause cancer. So yes, the movie title say is correct. When you inhale the smoke, it gets into your lungs and reaches your brain within seconds. In the brain, it binds with the nicotine receptors on neurons. A reward pathway is activated and leads to the release of happy hormones called dopamine, which makes you feel warm, satisfied, and relaxed. So every time we smoke, we get the feeling of a reward. So we get the feeling of having another cigarette. The brain cell starts getting to get addicted. As we know, now the brain has got addicted. What happens when they try to stop? The patient becomes anxious, angry, short-tempered. There's more and more carving for cigarette, coughing, weight gain, and disturbed sleep patterns. There's also increased heart rate with increased blood pressure. These all combined together are called as nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Conclusion. Millions of teens worldwide are being pressurized into drugs, alcohol, smoking every single day. Low grades, depression, sickness, injury to the body and mind, teenage pregnancy, and even death are just some of the consequences of peer pressure. Some things needs to be done immediately. It is important that the peer pressure is tackled with kindness, respect, and most importantly, the person accepts him or her the real form without being influenced by any side certain groups. Solution. Identify your pressure and ask yourself, do you have friends that influence how you think? Are these influences positive or negative? Do I do things when I don't want to do them? Always learn to say no. This might cause losing of few friends. Peer pressure can be tackled by inner strength, self-confidence, through resistance to do something when you know better. Paying attention to your own feelings and beliefs about what is right and wrong can help you to know the right things to do. Go away from the pressure zones. Leave the scene and make your exit. Avoid stressful situations in the first place. For example, if you know there is going to be alcohol or drugs at a party, make your other plans. Always build good friendships. Find a friend who always shares your value and backs each other up. Always ask for help. Talk out any peer pressure you're experiencing with other friends or whom you trust, especially your parents. Ask yourself if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. Furthermore, the peer pressure should always be secondary. Your thoughts and your wants should always be the first priority. Thank you